Boobies.
Titties.
Fuck, I was drinking water. I was drinking water.
I regained my crown again.
Hello, titties for all, and welcome to the Chronicles of Narhi'ya. Let's see, before we get into our announcements today, there is a special someone watching who just recently went through a terrible surgery, and you are recovering. We here at the Chronicles of Narhi'ya appreciate you and are very glad that you are recovering and hopefully healing well and resting, like perhaps you should have done when you noticed your symptoms were starting a couple weeks ago. I want you to know that there are things that are going to happen this evening, and they are your fault.
Oh no! Oh no! Are you really gonna pin this on Kay's co-worker?
Take care of your fucking selves! All of you!
And they're your fault is crazy.
Also, Bob, actually, I have a question. Is your mic coming through as a different mic rather than your headphone mic?
Hold on.
Because you're a lot more echoey.
Just sound a little more echoey.
Get out of my head.
Oh, it's because it's...
No, I like it
because
here.
I moved my microphone farther away.
That's
I
probably
had it set up somewhere else.
That's better.
Yes.
There we go.
Hello! Hello! Okay, here we go. So, do we have any other announcements this evening?
You were giggling earlier, and I don't like it.
That's a fair announcement. Yes. Do you have any special announcements for any upcoming streams this week? Any special things to keep an eye out for?
Off the top of my head.
Um,
Jackie, you go.
Minor change of plans to my schedule. I'm doing Left 4 Dead 2 tomorrow with another streamer and their community.
Nice.
Nice.
my only thing is currently at the moment, it seems Subnautica 2 is winning my Community Choice Mondays poll. So if that wins for Monday, then I'll probably play maybe like Expedition 33 on Friday. Because I do want to continue playing Expedition 33 because it is an amazing game. And I'm like, I can't not play it on stream. So, yeah.
Yes.
That's my only thing. I am also planning on doing something, some Pride streams as well. So, because I think it's nearly June for us, which is Pride Month, is it? Yes.
Yes.
My brain is
Next month is Pride Month. Now, I don't have anything particularly extravagant planned for Pride Month, but we will remind you that it is Pride Month and that to spread love and awareness and punch bigots in the face in Minecraft.
Remember, kids.
In Minecraft.
Punch your local Nazi today. In Minecraft.
Yeah, in Minecraft.
Send Hero Brian on their ass.
Oh, fuck.
Also, hi everyone.
Yes, we have our meme master Paige.
Hello, I haven't made a meme in 2 months.
It's
Look,
fine.
things
It's
have been
fine.
going
I'm
on,
sure
it's
the inspiration will come. The memes happen when they happen.
It's fine. Everything's fine. I'm fine.
Everything's fine.
But are you
All
though?
right.
It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me.
Nope.
And that one's so green.
Okay.
Mom said it's my turn with the brain cell.
No.
Alright.
All right. Mitch, did you have one?
Other than the podcast between myself, Paige, and Kay is still underway. We are still undergoing many logistics, many editing, and it's going to take a bit. However, it's very much underway, and we shall let you know once we are able to give you a more definitive time on when it shall be live and kicking. What I can say, because this is something that I've been editing for a while and it's becoming the bane of my humanity, the first episode shall be covering the first 4 episodes of Maul Shadow Lord. And I say that with as much love as I can, but at the same time, it's only a small amount due to the fact that editing that bastard has been. Ugh. But yes. Other than telling you what it's about, I'm not gonna say a fucking thing. That's all I have in terms of
Excellent.
announcements.
Indeed.
Just know we're normal.
Normal.
And with that, I shall mute until I'm needed as comedic relief.
Excellent.
Godspeed, everyone.
Well, that's all for all our
We're all
announcements.
gonna die.
No. Just emotionally. All right, let's roll the intro.
What?
Eyes.
You were
Welcome
just
back.
early,
That's
Kate.
nice.
Just early.
Haha! Thwarted yet again.
Kiss.
Alrighty then. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Chronicles of the Narhi'ya. Last time we had some emotions. There were so many emotions. We had a heartfelt discussion between Niall and Zara and their potentials for the future and feelings and struggles. It was great. We had a heart-to-heart between War and Draven, which we got in so much trouble for. Because it was completely
Just
Which is great.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
We had some Warden struggles with his identity and his purpose and all that good stuff. And Mjol said goodbye to her mother for her time. She's always a bit of an emotional thing. See, some DMs would kill your parents. I like to keep them around as often as I can. It's free ammo.
Exactly. I've given you many knives.
Yes.
How
Has he
dare
used
you.
any of them?
He's
Yeah.
used a few of my knives, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And I have others. They're just sitting here.
He's pulled
polished
out
them.
knives I didn't even know I had.
Oh yes, there's more of those. Not just for you. Don't worry. You've all given me knives. Most of you have just forgotten them. But since we are all here, I suppose the only thing left to do is to roll the die and see who we're picking on. Because we are still in, but the major plot development that happened last time, aside from all the interpersonal things, was Absolution gave the party a proposition of armistice. They had been using Cyradax for their own purposes and no longer needed him. Ooh, yes, new dice. And reluctantly, though for the better, the party agreed. Absolution and his forces will stay clear of the party. They will not attack any of them or their allies. They won't, and they stated they will not get involved in the battle against Cyradax, as they have been doing a lot of groundwork on their own to fuck him over at every possible turn, but they have faith in the party to get the job done. How nice. But today we are having another session of some delightful role play with our players, and maybe some plot things will happen. We will have to see. But first and foremost, we get to roll the ceremonial die to find out who's getting picked on first.
Oh shit.
Bollocks.
God damn it. I don't want to.
Fenwin!
No, no, fuck.
You get to go first. The last we left Venwin was funnily enough, snuggled up with Draven, who was having a bit of an emotional distress himself after his conversation with his brother and his exhaustion, which did not help the emotional distress.
No.
They had themselves a nice nap after a long boss battle and emotional confrontations. It's been a few hours. Eventually, Draven cried himself to sleep. What you did after that, if you stay with him, and it has been a couple of hours, and it's getting close to dinner time.
Okay.
I will say the likelihood is that Draven is very much like pretty close to completely passed out on top of you, like nuzzled into you because comfort. But it's not completely passed out to the point where you're like, oh fuck, he is completely passed out and I cannot move.
He has not turned into a cat. You cannot move when you have a cat on your lap.
He's not
He
that
is, however, like 3 times your size.
and 5 times your weight.
Yes.
Most likely she would kind of be almost in a sitting up position with her legs like stretched out in front of her and just his head on her lap, and she's kind of like running her fingers through his hair to try and like keep him settled. I'm just watching Mitch's expression right now.
Look. That's the good shit, alright?
I know it's the good shit. Guys aren't the only ones that like it. Girls like it too.
What?
Yeah. But yeah, she just kind of just be doing that and like softly humming as well.
I think I think Draven would be too out there to recognize like what the time of day is, and is just kind of just utterly, completely lost in the serene, serenity that is being with Venwin currently. So he's very much lost in blissful comfort at this point.
I will say on the outside, if anyone was to see her, Venwin would look like she's very at peace and look like she's fairly content and happy. The only thing is inside she is probably feeling heartbroken and kind of wary and cautious because she's just obviously seen Draven absolutely break down. So her heart is kind of breaking for him. But she's putting on a brave face to kind of hide that anxiety that she's feeling. She's fully aware of like the time change and stuff like that, but she doesn't want to wake him just yet.
Ben, you are there, laying with Draven, comforting him, keeping him close. And as you do, you look, you stare at the ceiling for a while, almost comedically. Well, I guess I'm stuck here now. But more comedically, is like, I'm trapped. But snuggle. Oh, that's fine. Your eyes slowly drift. Your eyes slowly drift down to the corner where your personal bookshelf is in the room. Mm-hmm. And on that bookshelf is the artifact, the statuette of Ectus that you received from. Originally, it was meant to help in the discovery of the Wendigo. But Annihilation never really explained what its actual use was, what its purpose was. Only that it was a very powerful artifact of Vectus. And there's a moment where you're staring at it and thinking about it. And then your eyes, you blink, realize you've been staring at it for a while, and you kind of turn your head to glance towards the window, and it's dark outside. You've been staring at it for an hour. It felt like only a minute. But there's something drawing you to it. Nothing compelling. You weren't going to scramble out of the bed for it. But there is something that is drawing you to it.
How big it was the statuette again?
Visual. I had a visual. So, for those of you watching, I have this this little change my light because it's I made it dark and spooky. For ambiance.
As is the DM's way.
This is the DM's way. Okay, so Spirit Halloween had these like things you could hang up on the wall that were hands in different positions. Absolute dog shit quality, and they break just immediately. But this is sort of the size. It's not quite the size of like a real hand. It's a little bit smaller, but
Ah,
it sort of
gotcha.
has the sort of this base, and then the spider sort of sits on top of it. So it's about, for Vemwin, it'll be a little bit bigger than Vemwin's hand because she has small hands.
She has tiny hands.
Yeah, so it's a little bit bigger than Vemwin's hand. It could fit in your hand, but it's overall a little bit bigger than your hand.
Cool, cool, cool. So it's drawing her. Okay. I think at this point, like, after snapping out of it, she's kind of going to lean down and plant a very light kiss in Draven's temple. And just continue, but she's kind of going to glance at the statuette, then glance back outside. But at the moment, she is contemplating shifting just a little bit, just to either walk to the window or walk to the statuette, just to see why, like, try and discern why it's calling her in a way. But she's
Okay.
not. She's hesitant to actually move.
Hmm. Roll me. You know what? Someone in here get a catharsis. Roll me a wisdom save.
Okay. Please be nice today. Okay, it's not too bad. That is an 11.
An 11. You contemplating it, and then you do move and slide out very gently, very considerately. But you do slide out and slowly move towards it. Not touching it yet, just looking at it. And while on the surface, it is known as, the obsidian spider. You do notice that along some of the cracks and crags in it is the inlaid gold, and that under the surface of it, it seems to be swirling, moving. But there's something, like there's some sort of, like there's some manner of liquid inside that is just constantly moving.
She's gonna reach out as if she wants to touch it, but she pulls her hand back. And she kind of leans in just a little bit closer to try and see what... Shut the fuck up, phone. She's trying to... You know what? You're being put on do not disturb. Fuck you. She's trying to discern what could be swirling under the surface, but she's also trying to remain fairly quiet.
Roll me Arcana. It is a magical artifact, after all.
Yes. That is a 26.
Woo!
I have
Okay.
a +9 for my Arcana. Sorry.
Yes.
God damn!
Magic.
She is
know,
a
Tim-
warlock/sorcerer. Come on.
Yes. You've seen this liquid before. You felt this liquid before. When you go into your void form, you feel this energy dripping off of you. You stare at it for long enough and you start to recognize it is liquid shadow. It is a pure distillation of the essence of your magic sealed into this artifact, which as you slowly piece that together, which is why your blood was needed to bring it here, because it's made of the same material. Because now that you've entered a state in which you are void, you bleed shadows.
Well, damn.
Ugh. And you're just Makushin.
It's all good. Venwin's just going to take a deep breath and kind of sigh as she kind of stands back up again. And just as she's watching it, she just kind of mutters to herself, "Is that why you're calling me?" She's not really talking to anyone in particular. She's just kind of muttering to herself a little bit.
You feel the tug again, like a string tugging at your finger, tugging it closer.
I think feeling that tug to her finger, she's going to pull both of her hands behind her back and kind of clasp them and just look at the item and go, "No, I'm not doing that."
You hear behind you, but also all around you. What secrets lie shadow? What power we the webs? What devours the void?
Something that you will possibly not find out for some time yet. I'm very much struggling to hear you right now.
Sorry. It's hard to whisper.
I know it's hard to whisper, so we understand that.
I try again. In
It's
the
okay.
shadows, all roads lead to the void.
I mean, you're not wrong there. They do indeed. The void is a vast and unknown place. Walk through the shadows, of course you're going to end up in the void. Now I suggest you stay there, and you remain asleep. We may have need of you yet. And she's just going to kind of try and turn herself away from the artifact.
After a moment, she there's no problem turning away. They'll linger for about a heartbeat, and she's fine.
She's going to take a moment to kind of walk up to the window and glance out, just to kind of see what's going on outside before she ends up climbing back into the bed to check on Draven.
Draven currently is a little bit like is definitely more awake than he was, but he's still, how do I put it? You know that moment where you are awake but you keep your eyes closed and because you're just so damn cozy?
Mm-hmm.
That's Draven currently.
Fair enough.
So the moment you get back into bed, he just like knowingly awake but eyes closed, just pulled you in for more cuddles, just being like, you stay, you comfy.
Venman's just gonna chuckle a little bit and then again stroke his hair and be like, I'm not going anywhere anytime soon.
Good.
How are you doing? How are you feeling?
Hungry. You wanna go get food?
Yes.
Okay. Reluctantly, he gets up and puts on something a little bit more casual and heads back downstairs.
Venman's also going to do the same and follows.
I will say there's probably not a lot of words from Draven right now because he's still kind of dealing with a lot, but there's definitely a little bit more physical communication in terms of he's definitely a lot more like wanted to hold hands, being close instead of talking.
That is completely and utterly fair. And Venman will do her best to remain close. Because she understands that he probably needs that comfort at the moment.
Yeah. But I will definitely walk to the dining room and I would say semi wait for everyone else to come in, but at the same time he's actually pretty fucking hungry, so he'll wait up till a certain point, but then kind of be like, nah, fuck this, I'm eating.
Very much so. Like, oh, I don't want to get out of bed, and then your stomach grumbles like, fine.
I don't want to. I'm gonna eat.
There's
when you are-
food.
Or when
Food.
the other concept of that is when you wake up in the morning and you just kind of have to go to the bathroom. You don't quite have to go right now, but the longer you lay there, you're like, fine, bladder.
Son of a bitch.
Shit. Oh, God damn it, body. Telling me what I need. Oh. Food time.
Yes. The foods.
You two are going to have the foods. Let's roll the
Yes.
dice. All right, that brings us to Niall.
Oh shit! What?
Hi.
Your turn. What you doing, Niall?
Is it still the same day or?
Yeah.
Probably just having dinner.
You're cooking dinner. You boy having dinner. Any plans after dinner?
Probably just talking to Zara about the next day's plans.
All right. And for you two, we will move on to the next day.
I was. Oh,
Who's speaking?
You.
What I was gonna say was, Bart, could you repeat that? I didn't hear much of that.
Oh, then we're going to move you two into the next day.
Oh,
So how does the beginning of your next day begin?
is that good as a long rest?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, Niall's gonna find Zara and put this idea forward.
she'd be outside having tea with your mother, but she'd probably be out there for a little longer than your mom. So
You just feel a tap on the shoulder.
yeah, good morning.
Morning.
Did you sleep all right?
Better than I normally do.
That's good.
Speaking of sleeping, tell me this.
Yes.
You, me, Sam. Going camping?
Camping? Where?
Anywhere.
Anywhere.
I can summon Arvak, and we can pick a direction and set off and stop once it feels right.
Why not just me and you?
As
I do
much
need
as
to
I
talk to adult stuff.
Hmm. That is true, but I do also want to spend time with the Wayne.
Understandable. The adult conversation can wait when she's not listening.
Or we can find somewhere private and have that conversation sooner.
We could.
Right. I'll load up a pack. Then, just whenever you're ready, let me know.
I mean, I don't really have much myself, so I guess I would be literally waiting on you and or the wee one.
Well, I haven't seen her yet. Go on.
Oh, sorry. I will say, I don't think I've ever been outside camping for fun other than traveling.
It has its moment. Speaking of the weigh-in, I haven't seen her, have you?
I don't think she's up yet. She woke up a few times in the middle of the night, so I kind of had to rush out here and catch fireflies for a little bit.
You could have woke me.
Nah, you needed your sleep, especially after everything. The elf, on the other hand, doesn't need sleep.
Well, lucky you.
Hmm.
Right, well, I'm going to go and load up a pack. If she comes out here, tell her to go and do the same.
Can do. And do eat something before you leave?
Aye, I was going to do that.
Good. I don't need your mother on me for not reminding you on that.
Ned just gives a quick kiss and then he disappears off.
Zara will stay there, enjoying the slight view of outside of the house. Just drink her tea. The DM is giving me a very, very evil grin, and I'm terrified.
I don't like that smile.
I don't even.
What? I think it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of smile you see in a horror film when a character's just browsing away on their phone, and they don't
I know you
see
too well.
they don't see the pair of eyes and the teeth next to them.
No. No.
There
Yeah,
is.
Ned, go on.
You guys are still in the house. No, this is going to be for when you leave the house. I would think.
All right. Ned does eventually emerge. He's dressed casually. He's got a pack in his cloak. And a sword, of course.
A tiny woodman on your shoulder. Standing triumphantly like a little hero.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I'm still so proud of myself that the gritty, gruff, monster hunters newly formed legendary weapon takes the form of a tiny little tree man. a tiny Groot. Very fitting, I think. I am Gyarados.
So many regrets, but anyway. Yeah, Ned eventually emerges, prepared to leave. Right. You ready?
I'm as ready as you are.
Any sign of the wheel?
I honestly haven't been inside the house. I've just been kind of out here. So I was assuming you'd saw your own daughter at some point. Unless she just randomly appears just somewhere, knowing her.
With your passive perception, you hear a giggling above you.
Zara takes a sigh, closes her eyes, and slowly looks up.
She is.
Wait, is this both?
Yeah, both of you. Zara hears her first because of the perception of the ancient
sorry.
But you kind of follow suit of like she's looking. What is she? Sam is in the tree, just hanging out on a branch, on like a low branch, like about 10 feet up from you, just like sitting on a tree, dangling her feet. Hi.
Morning. I'll just walk over and hold his arms out.
She, and a move that's likely going to raise Zara's blood pressure. She drops from the tree, grabs onto to the edge of the branch so that it bends down, and then lets go and falls into your arms.
I slowly touch her down.
She has a little
Cause-
backpack.
Right. Shall we?
Zara's on her hands and knees, her hand on her chest. Oh my fucking god.
Zara, as you recover, prepare to leave, you see some merchants, a couple of sailors and some merchants coming down. They're coming from another port off to it's like kind of up the side there. And you hear them, you kind of pass them, and you hear the passing conversation. I heard she just got out of prison. Strange to think the sea witch is back. And they're just gonna walk towards the tavern.
Zara immediately stops in her tracks and she's immediately looking at the sailors. And she'll follow after them. Please, pardon my intrusion. You said sea witch?
Aye, sea witch is back. She's hanging out in the park just over there. She was apparently in prison for some time, and then she got released. But she got released the same day that the capital got attacked. So they put her not back into prison, but into jail. She was a criminal, and the judge was, kind of hiding from the werewolf attack. So then, just a couple of days ago, the judge turned into leaves and bones. So it's been a process, but she's around somewhere. We bumped into her and a couple of people she was traveling with. They're heading up towards the port town to the north.
Thank you, gentlemen. And she'll pass them both coins for the information.
It's just like go to drinks. Wander off.
She's going to tap Niles, like, you know how when you see something you see something that you want your partner to see, just that on his arm constantly, just like, Niall, no.
What?
We need to get to the port. We need to take a detour. Just real quick. Just real quick.
All right.
Follow me. She's gonna beeline for the port.
It's a couple. It's with your mounts that you have that we keep forgetting that you have. It's about like an hour ride. And
A little shadow fox.
and Nile horse. You guys arrive. Sam is just kind of like hanging out behind Nile the whole time. You guys arrive in the port, and there are a few ships. It's a smaller port town. I have the name here. There's one that I was asked about earlier for whatever reason. Duskin Dock. It essentially is the primary port that most of the village uses for their trade. It's just kind of, it's a medium-sized town, a little bit bigger than where you all were just at with the port and everything. There's a couple of ships in port. Two of them are very clearly just Imperial. You notice the flags, they're Imperial merchant ships, they're sort of regulars. There is a small sloop on the other end of the dock with a blue and green sail with runes sort of inscribed on them, dangling charms all along the sides of the vessel, and seems to be a recruitment process going on, as there's a line of sailors and a woman who I'm going to put in game chat because I definitely didn't spend half an hour earlier looking into the back of our DM for this character.
I know exactly which fucking character you're talking about. About fucking time! This is an old picture. Shit!
Yes, very old picture. It's the only picture you have given me of her.
Yes, I totally forgot about her, if I may be honest. Super old picture, damn. Zara's kind of like gonna hang back and like she's on edge a little bit hearing the sea witch, and then she's like, wait a second. Wait a damn minute. She'll get off her mount eventually and she'll just slowly start sauntering up. Well, about time you got out of that shithole, huh?
Well, if it isn't Miss Famous coming around for the plebeians again.
Oh, please. You use that word more than I did.
She just kind of rolls her eyes and stands up, sort of moving her hands. All the men just sort of park ways. She is also, I think she's human, I believe.
Mhm.
I have no other details physically. I mean, I had some stuff made up for her personally, but please describe how she looks. The picture I have here is a more basic sketch.
I have the full actual finished drawing. I don't think I ever sent it to you, but
We never sent it in art, but never told us who it was.
yeah. It is a woman with strawberry blonde hair, curly, puffed up from both humidity and on the sea. Corset of course, a sailor and everything else on top of that, with a scarf hanging over and tied around her waist. Boots, casual danglies and everything like that. Eyes blackened from the coal underneath her eyes to help protect her eyes from the shining sea and everything like that. Her eyes are like an ombre orange, just about, as she stands about like 5'6", 5'5". She's short compared to Zara, but Zara knows better than to castle with her.
You have been getting into all kinds of trouble since I last saw you.
Well, yeah, not of my own volition, but well, kind of my own volition, but it happens. I heard you got out of prison just now. Again.
Well, when the judge who's supposed to sign the papers for your release gets turned into dust on the same day, first it's an attack, and I can't do anything. That's fine. I can deal with the delay because the city's under attack. I don't want to go out in the city's attack right. Then they forget me. Judge is a prick, and turns out Judge might be a prick because he's a fucking monster or some shit.
Yeah. I heard about that.
Squinty face. Oh my god. Really?
What? What? What are you saying? What are you saying that to? What?
All these years, and you should still never play poker.
I don't play poker anymore, thank you. I play liar's dice. That's so much easier.
Well, if it was the monster before, and you and your friends I keep hearing about had something to do with it going away, I can't exactly be upset. So, inconvenience.
Slight inconvenience on top of many others that I will not describe. Zarhun always the troublemaker, as you know.
As I well know.
We wouldn't be besties without it. Now would it? It is nice to see you all alive. I will say that.
It's nice to be alive. It's has been a struggle at times. Prison is not exactly fun.
No, it's not.
And then one random day, there was just a lot of rumbling above the prison. And then I could have sworn I saw a crab. Very, very big crab. On fire. And then it was gone.
Well, you know how it is. Oh, let me introduce you. Niall, this is my dear, very old best friend, Angela.
Angela the Sea Witch Flanders. That's your
Just
service.
Angela.
Hmm.
Now holds out a hand.
She takes her hand to shake it, and this is a very strong grip. It's like you're shaking hands with Draven. The hell of a grip.
Niall Wolf.
She just looks you over, and slowly turns her head to Zara.
I don't want to hit. I don't want to hit.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to hit.
Lovely to meet you. If you ever want to decipher secrets, I'll be happy to.
Another time, maybe.
You just sort of tilt her head, you're gonna look behind at Sam, who just waves. Hi. Hello, little one.
You want to introduce you?
I'm Samantha. Oh, aren't you precious? Well, she's not old enough to be yours, so I'm guessing she's yours, Niall.
Aye. Aye, she's mine.
She's lovely.
Aye. She takes after them all.
I see. Well, all the same. Does look a bit like you, though. The nose, the ears.
The hair.
And yes, I know your lower half of your face is covered by a mask. I can tell. Yes, the hair as well. Sort of unmistakable.
Aye, the hair was definitively my fault.
This one, you know all about that.
Hey.
Have you seen pictures of her mother younger?
Oh, God, no. Please, let's not.
Spitting image. Imagine her, but in glasses and dressed like a nerd.
Want me to
Oh,
string
why?
you from interest later?
Oh, I kind of want to see that now.
No.
Unfortunately, that was not with my personal effects when I released from prison, but I'm sure if you ask her mother, she'd love to show you. I do have
Okay.
one thing, though. She reaches into her bra, which is literally a bra, a bra of holding.
Fucking course.
She reaches in there.
Get out of my fucking head.
It's perfect for an
No,
adventure.
we're all in each other's heads.
Yes.
It's
Neither averts his
inevitable.
eyes.
She takes out. It's a very small portrait,
No.
and she, in one motion, moves her hand in front of Zara's face to keep her from interfering, and hands you a picture of comparatively teenage Zara, of her before she left the academy. Pigtails, school uniform, the works. This is what she
I
used to
need
be.
to see this now. I
Zara,
need to see this
Absolutely
now.
fighting against her friend right now.
Driving a bit when they're not even there, but suddenly they're just like, some fuckery is afoot.
The fuckery. This is what she used
They
to
just
look
look at
like
each other.
before she
Angie.
met me.
Angie, no! Angie, really, no, please.
Which is why her mother blames me for just kind of, she motions with her hand to all of Zara. She went nearly 100 years without a rebellious phase, and then she met me.
I must have been lucky then.
Oh, I'm sure you are. He's been through a lot.
Angie, I swear to the fucking gods, put it away.
Oh, it's going. She had her dial saying she tucked it back away. Oh, I'm keeping this. Oh, it's one of my favorite things. Almost as much as I love this bra, it's actually a bag of holding that I turned into a bra.
I have a coat just like it. I'm wearing
Yeah.
it now.
It's a lovely coat.
Thank you.
Ah,
Well, any news upon the sea since you're here anyway?
well, also what I heard is hearsay. I heard Marina's dead. That's nice.
Yes.
I heard that was
Yeah.
you also.
Yeah. Not proud of that, but yeah.
Your daughter's been a bit of a pill, but she's apparently sailed directly into one of the calm belts.
I wish I could say that eases my troubles, but unfortunately it just raises them a little bit more than I want them to.
Well, if she's fucking off for a while, then at least it'll help me get back around. I have some rounds to make. Husbands to see. I mean, I only have the 3. Not too greedy.
Only
I
the
do wish
3.
luck on
Only the. Okay.
This is her best friend.
Hmm.
Well, I do wish you luck on seeing them. I'm currently dealing with my own issues, but right now I need a moment away.
Ah, yes. Saving the world and all, and it's a little overwhelming, I imagine.
I could go into so much detail, but I'd rather not go through a mental breakdown again.
Well, I have heard of a delightful port up north in Roshaka that I should go visit. I imagine if I head that way, I'll be seeing you again soon.
Maybe. But yes.
Don't
You
worry.
should
I'm
stop
going to
by
make my
Cold Port.
rounds and then head up to this lovely cold port and maybe have some cold port.
There's a wonderful brothel named the New Moon Brothel that I think you would absolutely enjoy.
Oh, I have no doubt. Wait, no, she pauses for a moment. No, 2 husbands and a wife. I have been in prison for too long. But
Right, well, I'll let you to leave it to it. We're gonna go do our own things.
yes, she pulls you into a great big hug.
Zara will pick
And-
her off the floor and like hug her tightly and then put her down.
You will have a lovely time. And all of you, she turns around and goes, all of you get away from my ship. She kind of waves them all off. And she steps onto the ship. And after a moment, the rope she comes back out onto the deck with a guitar. And just starts strumming along. And the ropes disengage. And the winds sort of shift and start to pull her ship out to sea.
Oh, she needs to teach me how to fucking do that when I start sailing again.
And you guys turn to go back out to your... And before we cut to that, she's sailing out, heading out there. She walks over, she steps into her captain's cabin as many mage hands move around to begin steering, and just at least the beginning parts before she heads out to actually properly steer it. She sets down her guitar, and sitting on the desk of her ship is a letter with a wax seal bearing the mark of Albugen. And she heads back out and waves at you from the ship as she sails off for her first adventure out of prison. So, camping!
Camping!
We don't have time to unpack all of that.
Alright, let's get back to it. I apologize you had to see me in my younger years.
It could have been worse.
Could have been baby photos.
You could have had to grow up with Claire.
Don't. Alright, well, where's the best camping place that you have either experienced and or have no idea what it could be?
Well, I usually find the best spots are the ones you've never been to before.
That's very hard nowadays.
Especially considering I've been to most of them.
Well, show me to one that you think I would enjoy the most. Because I don't go camping very much.
Alright. So, mounts up again. Takes off in a seemingly random direction. Sorry, I'm trying to find a certain image. Why is there no... Bollocks, right.
You got time. She had to run BRB.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I've got time to find a decent image.
Now you know the struggle. Now you know the struggle.
No, here's the problem. This isn't an image that I have saved. This is one I have to find.
Yeah.
I've had to.
Because sometimes I think, because my problem was I thought I saved an image for association and forgot to. Oh, I'll just ping the page, and then the page gets deleted for whatever reason. All right, she's back.
Sorry, I had to pee. I had to pee something horrible.
Hey, Bob, do you still have that image of that one obscure NPC that we've only interacted with once?
Ideas.
Oh, I probably already have those ideas.
Fuck it, this Lou. Yeah, it takes off in a seemingly random direction, and after a while, eventually stops at a place that with, well, near this. I had a certain place in mind, but I couldn't find an image, and I'm not downloading a fucking game to get the screenshot.
Fair enough.
Uh,
That's lovely.
yeah, it's near there. He stops, gets off Arvac, puts him back into the coin. Right. We set up here.
Here?
Aye.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, the nearest town is about half an hour on the mount. Point. Like, you see him kind of like waving his finger about, and then he stops. That way.
I mean, that's nice to know. That's really good information to know, especially if something bad happens. But like, Niall, this is gorgeous. Like, are you kidding me? You just had this in your back pocket the entire time?
You would be surprised.
Apparently with you, it's very common.
Look, I'm nearly 40. I know the Empire like the back of my hand.
I'm not going to add to that comment.
All right then.
You forget, elf.
Hmm.
I know the sea a lot more than I know the land.
And traveling with me might be beneficial.
Knowing both doesn't hurt. Especially with you. Right, so what do you do on camping, besides, like, necessity-wise?
Pretty much it. Well, first off, we know where our camp is going to be. Now we just need to make it.
Alright. You are the captain on this expedition.
Right. Start gathering any decently sized logs, if they're about. Aye. Ideally, look for ones about the length of your leg.
That's a big log.
Well, they don't have to be a full log, even just a large branch.
That's still a very big branch. But okay.
Now, Neil's down in front of Sam, and you. Go and gather up any smaller sticks that you can find. We'll need them for fire.
Hard.
Earth to DM.
Yes.
Sam.
Not.
Ah. I forgot for a second I have a character in this scene. My brain's just like, oh, they're having a lovely conversation. Oh wait, I'm a child. Huh?
Go and gather up as many small sticks as you can find.
Just she like very sneakily takes your nuts off your shoulder and puts them on her head, and then just runs off into the woods. Sticks.
Wait. Do you have the dagger?
I have an axe. Points to the small thing on her head.
Okay, but do you have your dagger?
Oh.
Good.
She does look before putting it back away. Just runs off into the woods. Sticks.
Zara will go off and collect bigger logs and branches.
Nile helps Zara.
Let me guess, you're going to show me hunting?
Well, if you'd like to.
I mean, I wouldn't mind getting some pointers from you.
Well, for one, it's good. It's better if you don't have a scent.
That seems like a you problem.
No, it's more of a you problem.
Point. You could choose to ignore it.
Well, I can choose. A wee rabbit trying to avoid being made into dinner can't.
I don't want to bring in the logic with this.
Earlier on, you said you wanted to talk.
Right. When did you want to go back into Cold Port? Like, what day? Since I know we're probably going to be out here for a day or two.
Oh, we can just stay out here the night, then head back, drop off Sam, and head back if that works.
If that works for you.
Mother unhand me.
Billy.
No unhandy. Only cuddles. Sorry, we've been distracted by a doggo.
Doggo. Best girl.
Why?
I need to stop by the brothel later anyway and make sure nothing's burned down.
I'm sure they've been managing.
I don't deny that they've been managing. I just, with everything happening, if I've lost workers and or patrons and or things like that. But that is a problem for future Zara, not present Zara.
What about your other lads?
I need to have a very, very long conversation with both of them at some point. One that I'm not going to be very happy about, but one that's needed.
Would you like me to be there?
You don't have to if you do not wish.
I'm thinking more about you here, but look, if you think it's better if I be there, then I'll be there. If not,
As much as I do appreciate your generous thought of worrying about me, I will be all right.
okay.
Although you being outside the door wouldn't hurt.
I can manage that.
I would do it via letter, but I'd rather not write a lengthy, diplomatic ink on parchment. That would mean mostly absolutely nothing.
Hmm. I suppose that's fair. To tell the truth, I've never been in your shoes before. Come close, but
It's not fun, but it's a necessary evil that I need to get rid of at some point. Especially with him. Both of them, but
more one than the other.
Words will be spilled. Hopefully not blood, but I doubt blood would be spilled. Tears, absolutely. Knowing me, I get majorly pissed. The tears will form. Like I said, that is a future Zara issue, not a present Zara issue. Right now, present Zara is collecting logs and firewood for camping. Gods, I never thought I'd be camping ever. Not unless necessary.
And yet here you are.
Yet here I am, yes, with somebody who knows this area rather well.
Well, aren't you lucky?
I'd consider myself very lucky. And, of course, a graceful presence of you.
Well, by many things, I'm not graceful.
Shut up. Graceful in many things other than just stature. Do I have to worry about ticks out here?
No. However, there have been rumors of, well, to put it bluntly, disturbingly large wolves that are known to sneak up on unaware campers and, well, eat them. Above table. Zar can tell that Nile is talking at his ass.
Ah, yes, it is terrible, dangerous thing that I know is here, and I let my child run off into the woods alone. Granted, she's accompanied by a weapon. She's a dagger and a weapon that will absolutely risk its life to protect her. But
a dagger of warning.
Dagger of warning. Yeah.
It's okay because the wolves don't attack children, so they can be off on their own where they want. But the adults, they have to stay together, very close.
Zara, knowing that Niall is talking out of his ass, she has this playful glint in her eye that he knows very well at this moment. Oh no, I hope one doesn't get me later in the night, and she'll just walk off.
Well, I am fond of a hunt.
And I don't mind a chase.
Entire party loses their shit.
Everybody loses their shit. I love it.
Casey is missing it.
God damn!
Jesus.
Oh no.
Wink, 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 wink.
That is very much has the energy of you did nothing but eat and hunt all day. Let send yourself into the woods and I'll hunt and eat you all day.
Yep.
Exactly that. What song?
That's so good.
Yum.
Lovely. All right. Well, they're doing that. Yeah. Mule.
Hello.
Hello. What you doing?
I can stop vibrating now.
Oh my.
Previous day, Mjolnir and Warden are still walking to the brothel. They have a very long cup of coffee.
Yes.
Oh yeah. I think Warden still like doing his best not to limp in his very lopsided form now. It's kind of ended up to where it's his Warforged leg that is moving normally, but his quote unquote flesh leg that's not actually flesh is the one that drags a little bit. Because it's just a little bigger. So he's not quite used to like moving it as well as he used to be able to. So but he's doing his very best to hide it. Like sometimes he gets a good gait going and then suddenly he like trips up a little through the dirt. Okay. All right. Okay.
Do you need me to make you a shoe as well?
We just gotta go back to the Iron Kingdom. Mother Forge will fix this. That's what he said, right? That's what Rat said. I think. I'm hoping. I can't take this.
I'll take you there whenever you're ready, I suppose.
After coffee.
After coffee. Well, so. This is Zara's brothel.
Whoa.
Ladies inside are very busy in various places. It is surprisingly quiet. There's a bit of hustle and bustle of the people down at the bar. There's some dances going on. There's various things happening. But it's remarkably quiet. because of the construction and the additions to the rooms. Basically, they're essentially soundproof. So whatever's going on in the rooms, you don't know. Can't hear nothing. And be glad. Standing at the sort of, there's like a reception sort of kiosk there, is a risen woman, black hair, pale skin, and standing at the bar is um, a woman with slightly pointed ears, long dreads, skin of ebony wood, wearing a floor length but very thin red dress. They very much both have the air of HBIC. Head bitch in charge.
Okay, I was about to Google that because I was like, what is that?
To be fair, even I was like, I should know that, but I don't. Help?
It took me a second.
I mean, it comes up in Urban Dictionary, I found it, but yeah.
Mhm.
Let's go upstairs.
And of all people, in a brothel, suddenly feels very naked. Yeah, yeah, upstairs. Okay. He like curls his shoulders in a little bit to like try to hide as much of the muscle as possible because his back is still intact, so that kind of still looks like metal, or like his usual form, but the shoulders are just too big. So there's not much he can do.
There is a table over in the corner that is large enough to accommodate a warden.
In the upstairs.
And there's some tables along the upstairs. There's also some tables downstairs.
Would you like to do this here, or would you prefer having this discussion behind a closed door somewhere?
The more doors, the better, please.
Follow me then.
There are gems sitting above each of the doors. The red indicates occupied. Green indicates open.
Mjol's gonna lead Warden past all these doors to where her room actually is. I'm just gonna knock on this door first, because I don't know if Zoe's still here. So bear with me a moment. Mjol's gonna knock on the door.
With a simple touch, the light turns red so that you will not be disturbed.
She's probably gone out or she's working, that's fine. So Mjol pulls Warden inside the room, which... The room is very Mjol. There's massive bed, there's plants everywhere, there's table, desk, piles and piles of documents.
Oh. This is much nicer.
Yeah, I did my best to try and make this place, well, as nice as I possibly could, because, well, you know.
You haven't had people accidentally try to use this room?
No, I have an arcane lock on the door that only the Guardians can really enter, and some other people.
Oh, okay. All right. Good. Okay. Oh God.
I mean, if it also makes you feel any better, well, sound can't leave the room. Divination can't enter this place. I also can't teleport in and out of the room, but that's sort of a side effect I'm happy to deal with.
Yeah, this is good.
So would you like coffee or oil?
Uh, you know, if I get coffee just to hold, will you still drink it?
Yes.
Okay, then just get me a coffee.
She's gonna gesture to a chair and table you can sit at and then go make coffee.
Does the chair look like it'll support my weight?
Well, it's sized for a Goliath, so yes.
That's fair. I'm just much more dense than a Goliath.
I mean,
think
Mjol
that-
built the chairs herself, so...
Oh shit, yeah, they'll be fine. I think regardless, Warden will very tentatively sit down for the first time probably ever. Uh, well, no, he sat down before, but like in this reconstructed form, he's just
I mean, you are about like half the weight you were before because your armor, half of your armor isn't actually there.
Oh, is the quote unquote flesh metal like just lighter?
I mean, you were wearing a good couple of tons of weight comparatively with a body that could handle it. But like now, it's a little different. You're
That's
less
fair.
like overwhelmingly heavy.
I did literally lose an arm and a leg, so that makes sense. I think even irregardless, the Warden's like very careful with how he moves because he feels so much lighter, and he's also bigger somehow. There's a lot happening right now.
What next? This reflects back in Warden's dexterity and actually becomes a positive number.
Yeah, he actually doesn't have a negative dexterity for the first time ever. That's crazy.
He actually rolls a good fucking decent initiative roll.
He has an initiative above a 9. That's crazy.
She comes back and sets the 2 cups of coffee on the table and sits opposite you.
I think Warden trying to be. He doesn't have a mouth to drink this coffee, but he just like. I don't even know what the word for it is, but just like trying to be. I don't want to say kind because it's not like a nice versus mean thing, but just to like feel like he's participating, I guess. He's gonna very gently pick up the coffee cup and like just hold it up for a second and then set it right back down, and he's not touching the coffee after.
Mjol does smile at that, but and just sips her own coffee.
Just purely symbolic. Thanks.
You're welcome. So what is plaguing you?
What was the question?
So what is plaguing you?
Okay. I think Warden's quiet for a few seconds. Just sort of staring off to the side in like the middle distance before his body does the heave where it's mimicking a heavy breath, but there's no actual sound of breathing or air going in and out of any lungs because you don't have lungs. Despite the best efforts of Laz and Rat, I had a lot of time to myself, alone, in that vault. And I did a lot of thinking. And a lot of remembering. And I'm not even sure I understand what the problem is, but I don't feel right anymore.
Do you recognize who you are?
I remember who I was. And I remember who I was. And it's not this. But it is. But it isn't. I don't know. It was a lot easier to handle when I wasn't looking like him, too.
So, are you conflicted over whether you're Warden or one of your past selves?
See, that's the problem. I don't have it's not that I have a problem with my past self. Actually, apparently there was only one previous there's multiple. There were. And like brings his hand up to pinch the bridge of the nose that's embossed into the helmet. I remember. I'm not supposed to remember. And that's when he looks right at me. I'm not supposed to know anything of what I recall right now. Like this, it was supposed to be gone. It happens to some Warforged. It's just part of our life cycle sometimes. Sometimes it's by choice. Sometimes it's because of a problem with a reset. Whatever the case may be, it's not supposed to double back. But it is for me, and it has been for months, and I haven't had a chance to talk to people about it or to figure out what it means for me now, or what it was supposed to mean back then, because I see things, but I don't feel them anymore. I see events, and I have memories of events, but I don't have the emotions tied to them anymore. It's like it's like watching a play based on a book you read. There's so much disconnect. And I haven't been able to put it into words.
There would be, because those are different wardens from different times at different stages of your cycle. The question then becomes, are you trying to connect with those past selves, or are you trying to move past them?
If we'd had this conversation 24 hours ago, I would have told you I wanted to move past it. And he looks down at his flesh metal hand. And it just feels unavoidable. There's... I can tell when I felt things differently. I can remember when I was looking at the world in a different way. But I don't have any of the emotions or the connections to anything anymore. So I feel like I could have let them go. At any point in time, I could have just let it go. And then this happened. And Rat said it was a favor to Rulon. And now I can't help but feel like it's an act of... Now I can't help but feel like there's something to it, and I don't want to just let go of it that easily.
Mjol's gonna take a sip of her coffee and ponder for a moment.
And then it occurs to me that it wouldn't even have happened if I hadn't locked myself in a bubble with Kava. I wouldn't have lost my arm and my leg. I wouldn't have nearly died. I wouldn't have needed this reconstruction. So did the memories cause that? Did that? I just. I could ignore the changes before. But now, there's so many happening so fast, I can't help but feel like it's a great big smack on the head. Like, get your shit together, you know?
Is that what you believe it is?
I want to believe some of it is. And the question is how much, if it is, how much needs to change. How much needs to come back in order for it to change. Or if I just decide it's not worth it and try to forget again.
This question might sound very strange, but do you believe you're a machine, or do you believe that you actually have a soul?
I mean, I have something, right? There's just... I mean, really, this is just a body. Right? Like, I'm still technically me. And in a weird way, I'm still technically broke here. And before the wipe, I was broke here. And but how much is actually left? Because there's gaps in my memory. Is that just normal? Not everyone remembers everything, you know? I shouldn't be any different, but I can remember so much from so long ago. From a time where none of you were alive. If I can remember back that far, and if whatever is at my core is that old, then that has to mean I have something. But how much is really left? And how much of it did I just make up on the fly to pretend like it's not gone?
It's always been there. And no matter how much you cover it up, or reforge yourself, or deep down you are still a person.
Why do I only feel like I just started living?
Because you have. You... In our world, we have the cycle of life, death. Warforge also have the same cycle, but it takes a different appearance. But you reforge yourself after a great tragedy had occurred, and you didn't want to look back at it. And so you spent so long trying not to fall into the traps that you think caused all the problems previously, that you've been ignoring them. The question is, do you want to live?
I mean, living means doing, right? Means existing and going out into the world and doing things. Yeah, I've always wanted that. And I've always been doing that. We've fought false dragons and bandits and gods. Vaguely.
I mean, I fought a god, but yeah.
We've gone out and done all these things. I have been living. Theoretically. And like I kind of know what's changed. Like I can tell, but in the grand scheme of things, it shouldn't mean anything. Nothing really, it hasn't changed how I've acted or what I've done. It's little things.
What little things?
He does another big, dramatic, feigned sigh. Like, I would say flex, but the flesh doesn't actually move, so he's just sort of like curling and uncurling his fist. It's oh, all right. I'm gonna start with the easiest one to explain, but please don't laugh.
I promise I won't laugh.
When I look at the world, when I look around, when I see things, and he does the little hand quotation marks, I'm not really seeing things. Like I am. I can tell what things are, but it's not the same as just looking at something. When I look at something, I get a string of words, like this blast of information that all crams itself into my brain in a fraction of a second, and it tells me everything that I need to know about something before I even can process what I'm actually looking at. And that's part of being the warden. Like, the information hits before the sight does, so that way I know if it's a problem, or if it's an attack or a bomb or a crossbow bolt or something, an axe. I get that information first, rather than seeing the bolt or seeing the explosion or whatever. It helps me identify things before they happen. But it happens for everything. Like this, and he motions at the coffee in front of him. Like this, I can tell you the exact temperature of the coffee in this cup, down to the degree, and I can tell you how hot it was when you brought it over, and I can tell you how hot it is now. I can tell you the exact thickness of the cup. I can tell you the thickness of the brim of the cup. I can tell you the thickness of the bottom of the cup. I can tell you the thickness of the handle, just by looking at it. And I can't tell you if something is hard or soft, or rough or coarse or smooth or anything. But if I place my hand on the table, and he does like a very dramatic thunk on the table, it tells me it is a particular kind of wood, and it tells me exactly how hard it is, and then it tells me how much force it would take for me to break this table. And it does that for everything. It does that for people. It does that for items. It does that for it does that for the seasons. It does that for fire and weaponry and just anything. Just always being given all of the information all of the time. And until
can't
6
switch
months
it off?
ago, no. I can't switch it off, and that's the thing. It's always been like that, but I didn't notice it until I started remembering the times where it wasn't like that. When this, and he like smacks the flesh metal, when this was real, when I was flesh and blood and bone, when I was looking at the world like everyone else. It didn't bother me until I saw that, until I remembered what that looked like. And now it's just overwhelming. But what I... Please don't laugh.
I'm not
Wh-
going to laugh. That sounds exhausting.
That's not even... I'm not even there yet. Believe me.
Sorry, if anything, I can almost relate.
Wait, you can?
Not to the level that you can, of course, but I look at things and, gestures at the coffee. I think about how hot it is. I think about what type of wood something's made of. I get overwhelmed in cities. I get overwhelmed in just places with lots of different sensory information. So I completely get it.
Then... Have you ever had a time where that just goes away?
I have.
Where the information and the... Well, I get a readout that tells me the translation of things in every language that I know, which is in and of itself another whole layer that I didn't get to. But like, just you look at something and you don't... It doesn't have to be explained. It doesn't need any of that information, and you can just look at it and appreciate it and just relax.
So when has it never felt like that?
What was the response, sorry?
So when has it never felt like that for you?
Flexes his hand again. Uh, the Oh, Rulon. The only time that has ever happened for me is when I look at you.
Mjol just nods. I am. Sorry. It's actually similar for me too.
I think Warden, it takes him like a couple of seconds, and then he sits up a little straighter. Like the chest puffs out a little bit. Uh, uh, I, uh,
Mjol just sips their coffee.
like when you look in a mirror.
Not quite, but when I'm around people I deeply care about,
So you feel that way right right now?
well, yes.
Uh, uh, okay. So, what is that? What does that mean?
That's a very good question.
If our mutual friends have taught me anything, it means that we can make it mean something. But I feel like there's a lot to talk about regarding that.
Well, I imagine our companions are not going to be free anytime soon.
Graven will be busy. Nile and Zara are somewhere. Ven will be stapled to Draven. Yeah, I think we've got some time on our hands. I really don't know where to go from here. I didn't think I was going to get this far.
I didn't think you were going to get this far.
I think Warden, in his own head, is yelling, "You're not getting anywhere! Say something!"
If Zara was here.
Yeah, the Zara in Warden's head is like, "You're not getting anywhere! Say something!"
Say something, goddammit, man!
I do have one small note.
Uh-oh.
This very tense moment where emotions are high and feelings are being shared. It dawns on you both, sitting on the bed with her bright orange hair, is Zoe.
Oh, she is in
Tail
the room.
wagging. She is in the room, tail wagging. She's just like, look at, mouth open, looking between you two.
Oh, so you
I
are
was-
here. Hello.
I was taking a nap.
I must have missed you. I'm sorry.
I was under the covers to start, and I'm very sneaky. Hi, I'm Zoe, the warden, who does not know who the fuck this is. There in there's art of her somewhere that Bill could throw somewhere. Zoe is a lycanthrope, who's like has like she doesn't have it on. She has the pendant. She's a pendant around her neck that's like of the same order that Mule's part of, which is where they met. And then Mule went off on her own for a while. And she's just kind of like, she's this very bubbly, very bright, fiery red hair, big fluffy tail. She's like, Um, you know the usual like I think what was it? I'm thinking of Cinder, like the Hellhound VTuber. So like very fluffy, but also very personable. Um,
Less toxic, hopefully, but yeah.
yeah. No, there's another one I'm thinking. It's not her. It's another one that is like this blue.
Talking about
There's a
Pup?
blue one.
No,
Oh,
Um,
spite.
Spite. Yes, it's very spite coded. Um, no, I was thinking of spite. Very like very chipper, but you know instead of blue, she's red, very furry arms, and yeah, so she's just kind of sitting there, tail wagging, waves at Warden.
I think Warden finally tears his eyes off of Mule and looks at Zoe. And then very slowly brings his arms up and like covers himself.
Because he's like a half naked.
Because he's like he's half naked. And he was already super uncomfortable in front of like a bunch of people at a brothel. And now there's just Zoe, who has at this point probably seen as full frontal of him as you could possibly get at this point.
She looks and she sees that he's like covering himself, and she just like slowly slides her hand from her face to her eyes. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt, and this was getting really, really good. Because she points at me all, because you're making her open up, and it's hard to do. And you're opening up, and it's good. She kind of just looks at she just looks at Mule, and just kind of just looks at Mule, and then looks at him, looks at Mule, looks at him. Is this the guy you talked about a lot? The he's big middleman.
Yes, this is Warden. This is the one I have talked about with you.
She's talked about you a lot. So she kind of like tip tap fingers. She is the most adorable fucking thing. so me and Mule were girlfriends when we were at Citadel, and then she did what she does. She wandered off, and I didn't know what happened. And then it turned out she got kidnapped and sent to prison. But you know that part because you were there for that part. You didn't kidnap her, but you were there, you know. And then she traveled with you guys, and then you guys disappeared for a while. Which was, I think, you guys went to the Feywild. I think it was there.
That was when we ended up in the Feywild for 2 years. Yes.
Yes, and then she got back, and then I finally caught up with her, and that was when you guys first went up. That's when they first went up north, and then at some point along the way, they came back, and she told me a lot of stuff, and we had some time to catch up and go to the hot springs and other stuff, and we talked about your adventures. She talked about you a lot, like so much. It was great, and I really wanted to meet you, but this is a little awkward. But hi, I'm Zoe.
Warden has still as a statue, just arms crossed over his chest, body curled up, like trying to, like one leg up, like,
Oh.
to, like,
Mjol is
to
gonna cast
cover
minor
nothing's there.
illusion and make you a poncho.
Yay, the poncho.
Hell yeah!
Good ask.
I was gonna
They
say,
could
the
have
leg-
made you more clothing.
Oh. She kind of like, she like flails her arms. She scrambles. She is wearing clothes. Not a lot of clothes because she was taking a nap, but she's wearing clothes. No modesty on this girl at all. You can see why she gets along with this one so well.
Mhm.
She's a wolf girl, she isn't, but she does take out this box from under the bed, and puts it in there. So when she was talking about you and you guys were gone again, I had an idea. I know you don't get cold, but she like flips the box open and takes out this length of cloth. It looks at first like a giant sheet, like something that with which you could cover the entirety of Warden with. But it's stylized. It's embroidered along the way. There's bits for clasping. It essentially is a large cape that you can wear like over the shoulder or just along your back as a cape or just something that kind of cover yourself with. Yeah, you can even turn it into a hood. And she kind of very slowly comes over and throws it over you, and very quickly like moves her hands around, and you have essentially it essentially works much like a poncho, but it's like one large piece of cloth that is multifunctional. She don't really, even with as a warforged, you don't really wear clothes, but it's sort of like a stylization. It's very Roman styled. If we're gonna go with like a visualist, because your original visual, the original visual reference for Warden was Centurion. Very much goes in line with that sort of design. And she sets it up so that it's covering your unarmored half. And she just kind of smiles and reaches slowly, pat, pat, hand retract, and she goes over and stands behind Mule.
Is that better for you, Warden?
Surprisingly, yes. He has not moved yet.
Yes. If you look in the game chat, that's Zoe. The bubbliest bean.
Hi. Sorry about that.
It's okay. Some people are awkward about being naked.
I've never been naked before. No,
It's
that's
like
a lie.
so much fun.
Yeah, you
But
know,
but with the machiny bits, it gets a little different.
no, actually, I feel now that I don't really have a filter anymore. I did used to parade around in the most nicest and professional way possible. I used to parade around naked quite often.
It's fun, but
It's a pretty
this is
normal
so
Goliath
not-
thing to do.
but I'm not allowed to do it in the city because it makes the guards upset. I say upset isn't the right word. Awkward. That's the right word.
probably makes mothers upset nowadays and wives.
I mean, I'm good enough at what I do that I avoid a lot of the people, and especially the kids. They don't need to see that. But like, I'm used to being in the Citadel where like no one cares. It's a lot more like, I mean, they care if you go out on patrol with no clothes on because that's not safe because you have no armor. But I've also, motions to Mule. We're kind of dating this one, and she also likes to be naked.
I mean, clothes are optional, but it's required in most societies.
Right. She leans down and looks at Mule in the face, just staring at her face, looking at Warden, looking back at her.
So yes, Zoe, you now see my dilemma. I like you, and I like this one. I don't know what to do.
Well, she takes like a stool and kind of like drags it over to the table and sits down. Well, we're here. We can discuss. I don't have a problem.
Oh well, that makes my life easier.
Now, Warden, or I think you said Brockier, whatever you want to be called, we'll go over that in a minute. I love Mule. You love Mule. We don't have to be together, but we can be together with her, or we can all be together. I know you just met me, and I'm kind of sitting here in my underpants, and it's a little awkward, so it'll take some time. You don't have to decide that anytime soon. But we both really care about her, and you are good at protecting her, and I am good at finding bad people for her to kill. She's really good at that.
Not to
I don't like
but-
killing people, but yeah.
Not to interrupt,
I mean,
but
when they're really
swear,
bad people, it's
I
not like you
swear
can-
I've heard polycules start off exactly the same way.
It's almost like I know what I'm talking about.
It's
Hi, want to join a polycule with two lesbians?
sure, why not?
Parallel. Yeah, sure, why not? I'll just be here.
If only Warden had flesh.
Oh dear.
I mean, you haven't gone to the
Hello!
mother machine yet. I mean, you haven't gone back to the mother machine yet. You never know what's gonna happen.
Oh god.
But she just kind of like sits there and just pats her hand. We both care about her. She cares about both of us. And for now, I think that's enough.
I think it is now that Warden finally moves. And he like slowly like turns finally to face the table properly now because he had to turn like a little bit to face the bed. And now he can face the both of them. Sure. Okay. I am out of practice, to say the least, on a remarkable number of levels, some of which I did not realize how inexperienced I was until this exact moment.
Warden. I have no fucking clue what I'm doing either.
I'm okay with being clueless together.
Mjol is gonna face plant the table. Oh good. I can stop worrying about that now.
Fucking finally.
Uh-huh.
Finally!
Listen.
Me and
I'm gonna listen to shit.
we've been like discussing it for like 2 weeks. Like even when I was off.
It's
camping
been
for a week.
longer than 2 weeks. It's
Okay, it's been
like
longer
a
than 2 weeks.
month.
Yeah.
Like,
We're like, gosh, fucking damn it.
You know, there are slow burns, and then there are burnt. There is charcoal in the fridge, and that has been you two, and these other two, with Draven and Benwin. They initiated right away. Took forever to get payoff. It was great. We loved it. Zara is
yes,
not a woman.
yes, good. Okay.
Yes, good. All good. We're all doing it. It's great.
Zara's a woman, huh?
yeah, yes.
She is a woman, but you were gonna say something.
My first thought was Zara is a woman who started out playing Pokemon, just started collecting. Granted, they were good for the most part. One's currently very much in trouble, but
I mean,
Will.
it's not his fault. The guy's been dead the entire time.
Listen, no, listen. She would write a very lengthy, long, multi-paged letter to him if she was a bitch. She's not gonna do that shit with her. I'm talking person like big people, big grown-up people.
Yes.
But she has the mental energy to do so.
Yes.
Hey, I got hitched and solved my polycule problem in one session. Why is it taking you so long?
Ha!
Because I'm a bard and I like to avoid my problems.
Avoidance issues.
Avoidance issues with a bard because bard.
Yeah.
Oh, puppy stretch. Sorry.
Peppers.
Puppy stretches. Yes.
I just don't
Okay.
have the cutest like.
So we love this. We love all these things. We finally got some confessions. With some great personal time. However, it is approaching 10 o'clock. We have been playing for about 3 hours, which is your usual playtime when we are not late. But to wrap us up for this evening, we cut from the window of this room, where an understanding has been reached, confessions made, and next steps going forward. We pull back to a shot of the volcano, the elements swirling about, storms of ice and fire and lightning swirling around the top, the waves churning around it. As the sound of clamps and gears grind into place. If they want to force my hand, fine. If they want to abandon me, fine. I have what I need to do what must be done. It will just be a more slow and painful process. I think you will be a fine obstacle should they reach me before I am finished. As he steps back from his work, as he's begun fitting a body into a metal apparatus of some sort. It is a large, corpulent body. Draven's father, the thrum of the bloodstone heart and other organs beating in his body, and an ever defiant grin on his face. If you think I can stop them from killing you, then you are still the same stupid bastard that we conspired against during the war. If nothing else, you're going to pit me against my eldest son, who would love to do nothing less than split me in two.
He ain't wrong! He ain't wrong!
Mark my words, Cyradax. They may have no love for me, but they hate you more. An electric shock runs through. Ah! Perhaps. But if I can make you kill your progeny, that will be all the sweeter. How eager you are to return to the torment of the gods, and I rescued you from. Rescue. I knew what my fate was going to be. I knew a long time ago. I gave up my eternal rest so that my children would grow strong, wise. I left them the pieces they needed to ensure this world's survival. Sure, for my own glory and legacy, of course. Sometimes the world needs a bastard like me. But I left behind a hero like my son. Maybe so. Maybe so. But the true mark of a hero is not in the great deeds they do. The true mark of a hero is someone who dies to save the world. And I will make a martyr of your son. And the standoff as the lightning crackles around them and the scene fades to black. Alrighty there! What a wonderful session we've had today! We've had lovely confessions, ominous forewarnings, potential betrayals on the table. Who knows what tomorrow will outbring? Ow! We didn't really get a break today because we were on a fucking roll of fantastic role play. I didn't want to break it up, but we are going to be cutting here for the evening. So this is where you can take your before bed breaks. Get yourself some water, go to the bathroom, take a shower, do what you need to do, take your medication, take your fucking meds, and rest from your surgery.
Stay the fuck in bed.
I hope you're feeling well.
We hope you're feeling
Can't
well.
wait to
and
see
hope
you
you
back
ma-
at work.
Yes, we hope you make a full recovery. Please take care of yourself and take it easy. But thank you all for watching. We'll catch you next week. We are going to be a little bit sharper on our start times just because my job has decided that it wants me to open up on Saturday mornings. And they open at 6 o'clock in the fucking morning. And so we're going to be a little stricter on the start time. End time will be a little looser, but we're going to be starting at around 7:15 when we're going to kick off. So thank you all for watching and have a lovely day. We will see you next month in Pride Month. Be gay, do crimes.
Is it okay if we're half gay? because I'm bisexual means
Be
you can have gay feelings.
bisexual. Commit tax fraud.
Ah,
Commit
no,
tax fraud.
no, oh, no. I don't want to go to jail.
Finally!
Ah,
I can
Coward.
peel back from the IRS.
bye.
Bye.